rather than batch processing 4 clips in a row, I'm going to do a bit of a 4-in-1. So it's going to be 8-minute video. We're going to do 2x4x6x8. We're going to do 8 minutes straight up discussion of one thing. And that's going to be TCOT in actual time. Okay, you heard me right. TCOT in real time. TCOT in real life, real time. How long is it going to take to make TCOT? What do I expect to do with the time I'm running TCOT? And then, will the time with TCOT matter the most that I can? TCOT, in short, will take no less than 2 years to finish, front to back. It could last as long as 7 years, but I expect to finish it in 2 years, at the minimum. Bare minimum is 2 years. A healthy streak would be like 5 to 6 years or 7 years. I could give it a good 7 or 8 years. 8 years is a bit of a stretch, but I could do it. I think a good route of TCOT would be like 6 or 7 years, because it's based on shadow work for one thing, and for another, it's based on my god. So it's like, you kind of imagine I would give a good close to a decade to finish it. Not as a deadline or anything, but to actually make it last. And then within the 7 years I'm running TCOT or less, or 2 years or less, I expect to profit in a way that I can live below my means, but still pay the bills, and still pay off the rent, and still pay off my car, and my phone, and even have money to pay off my voice actors, and myself handsomely, but not waste the money on stupid shit. I could still play for like Big Think, in National Geographic, and Substack. I could still have a subscription for like certain memberships on YouTube, and certain movies on certain streaming services that I actually care about buying in full, and then paying for certain perks and like renewables and readings, stuff like that. Readings of tarot, readings of like certain services, certain other services. Not the worst kind, at least. Hopefully not. But going with that though, TCOT, as far as money, takes time to earn. So I have to be very careful how I navigate my nest egg. My nest egg being like things where I actually am well off, but not living above my means. So at the same as far as the economy, TCOT is built very like with the economy in mind. TCOT is designed very meticulously. It could be grayscale if it needs to be, but colors are chosen if necessary for an upgrade. So for certain episodes, it might have colors, colored modern and clay, but the rest of it have grayscale, like gray, black, and white, and gray gradients in between, like lighter gray, darker gray. So like 5 grades we could use. We could use black, dark gray, silver, lighter gray, adjacent gray, and then like white or beige or blonde, and then very dark like royal black or blue or navy blue. You got navy blue and beige in between a little bit if we have to. And then the grayscale rounds out. I think Dragon's Frame will do that pretty well. I already have Dragon Frame out of the way. I have Dragon Frame 5, or no, I have Dragon Frame 2025. I have Summation Pro Eclipse SD with webcam. Standard edition webcam, not DSLR. I have Q Stop Motion, that was free. But Stop Motion Pro Eclipse and Dragon Frame cost money in between. I bought them very close to each other. I think I bought Stop Motion Pro Eclipse in 2023, the summer of, or the fall of. Yeah, it was like the fall of 2023 that I bought Stop Motion Pro Eclipse SD with a webcam, and I bought like Dragon Frame 2025 like last season. Like it was literally like fall 2025. It was last season. It was very close together to it. Yeah, it was September, so that was very close. Or it was actually August, but it was August, but I was working well. So, yeah. And can you imagine? I'm already 4 minutes in this video. I'm talking about the best parts of TCOT so far. Like, making the productions. Paying off these... I'm going to bring up a point before about working with the voice actors, paying them off. I wanted to give my best voice actors at least $20 for their efforts. But $70 to $100 for their best efforts. And then the best voice actors, if they do shitty work, I can give like $7. And the worst, not as good actors, I'm not going to get paid at all. But they're going to work for me anyway, so they have to be diligent. Or not some adaptive shit anyways. But my best voice actors, the ones, like Legacy, who are doing like Liz Kazeel Cunningham and Angus Wild, who are doing major roles that last like the entire show, that will last the longest, and have the best lines, they will get paid handsomely. They get like maybe like $20 for an okay effort, 7 for an ideal effort, and then 200 or 70 for like their better efforts, and then upwards of 300 to 700 for like actually doing really well and outstanding for the week. Of the week of recording, and it's still hard to do because it has to be very specific and very on point. But I'll pay them really well. Anyone who I invest in for doing well, it's not bias. It's not favoritism. I swear, I'm paying my best voice actors who are not letting me lean to ChatGPT for doing the voice acting. Okay? That's why I'm serious about the voice actors. Those are the most I'm in demand for is voice actors. I can't do all those voices myself. I'm not that guy from Looney Tunes. I can't do that. I wish I could, but realistically, I haven't practiced voice acting in a long time. Ask Astor. She doesn't even know who I am yet. Astor and Fender from Coffee and Lele. They don't know who I am yet, but they might eventually, because I auditioned for their thing later on to learn how to practice, if I have time for it. But yeah. So I'll pay my voice actors handsomely. Handsomely. And with the money I have. Not cheaply, handsomely. I'll save money just to do that specifically. So, like, because the quality of TCOT matters, even if it's not really the most important. To me, TCOT's quality never mattered because quality in general for you never mattered. I never had to force out my authenticity to have quality. Because my value is more important than quality at my point. So, like, one more thing. Will TCOT matter to me in the future? If it takes 2 years, it still will. If it takes 7 years, it probably should. If TCOT's between 2 to 7 years of production, and I'm still doing shadow work in the meantime, you bet I would still do her. I want to do shadow work, even though it's going to make TCOT and do shadow work at the same time. But you know how that would go. Oh, and one more thing. TCOT and time. Why is TCOT about time travel? Okay. Not gonna lie. TCOT maybe has not as much to do with time travel as I think it does. And it doesn't really have that much time travel in it. Like, the boys from Lumberland Gang or high school, they'll go between like 2 or 3 points in time for the first 2 books. And it's really just between 2 different points in time for the Devalid culture, right? That's before Devalid culture gets destroyed. But it's like it's like between their time and the time they were transferring to, and back to that time, and then intervening with their some things for his future, and knowing X's Y's history and future, and then going to like furthest future again for like the finale, and then having parts of like of the beginning of eternity mentioned and brought up with Andromeda Zone there with Boyd. That's not much of a spoiler really. And then finally going back to another part of the present where they're going to have to avoid them in time and space. So they go to a spaceship that can time travel eventually. The spaceship probably could do time travel. Oh, and one more thing. The Christopher Columbus of time travel's acronym. Why did I choose T-shirt bed? Why did I choose T-shirt bed? Because it sounds cool. TCCO-T. Sounds cool. I say TCOT all the time now. No one knows time travel. I talk fast, I wouldn't know the difference. The Christopher Columbus of time travel. TCCO-T. What else would it be if that was an acronym? That's cool anyways.